Good morning, everyone. Hope springs, and there is sunshine in my soul today. That's another unity song that came to mind as I prepared for this service. It says, there is sunshine in my soul today. It is glorious and bright, ever glowing with a warming ray, for Jesus is my light. This is the truth I speak of today, as remember that there is hope, love, and blessings available to us always, for God is everywhere present, here and within us, brightening all our days. So let hope spring forth from me as we go into our opening prayer. So take a breath or bow your head, whatever. In your presence, God, I know that your loving spirit is everywhere, guiding us, holding us, and healing us. We bless the doctors and nurses, hospital workers, healthcare workers, and all those who are helping us and servicing us during this challenging time. We send love to our friends and our families. And we send love to those who have lost loved ones and bless them. And those who are still caring for the sick and the shut-in. We send continued blessings and love and light to you. I bless my unity congregants and congregants all over the world of any faith. For we are one in God, and we each let our light shine as God surrounds us. St. Francis of Assisi prayer says, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. As we take a deep breath in, we say amen, and thank you, God, for this wonderful day. So before I start my talk for today, I'll always like to share a song that I found, and this one says, God's got this, because I truly believe He does, and it's by Dennis Byron, another powerful song from the Empower collection. And here you go. Listen to the words. It's a great song.
There are dark times in every human life. There are dark clouds in every stormy sky. But know that all you do is change your mind. You can best believe the Spirit acts in kind. There's a first time a kid falls off that bike. You know what they say, you gotta get up and try. The next time will be better than before. You can best believe they got it, keeping score. But God's got this, I know. God's got this, so let go. And if it all boils down to just one thing, and it's the one thing that you know that Spirit brings, and then we all join hands in light, and then we all join hands across the great divide. God's got this, I know. Divide, God's got this, divide, so let go. There's a new seed for every garden grown, but there's But when you drop that thought into the soil, you can best believe it's wrapped up with joy. There's a rough wind that can weigh you down, but there's enough good to keep you safe and sound. And if you trust that sky to stay alive, you can best believe that you can fly. God's got this, I know. God's got this, so let go. And if it all boils down to just one thing, and it's the one thing that you know that Spirit brings, and then we all join hands in life, and then we all join hands across the great divide. God's got this, I know. Divide, God's got this, divide, so let go. God's got this, I know. God's got this, so let go. And if it all boils down to just one thing, and it's the one thing that you know that Spirit brings, and then we all join hands in life, and then we all join hands across the great divide. I know. God's got this, so let go. God's got this, I know. God's got this, so let go. God's got this, I know. God's got this, so let go. Okay.
Isn't that a great song? It's not the type of music I usually listen to, but I love the words. God's got this. I truly believe that God has got this. And he talks about we're all been in a dark cloud that's come around us at some point in our lives, but God's got this, and we will get better. Before you know it, things will get better. And as we join hands across this great divide, watch this. We're had virtual hugs. We're had all sorts of happening through the internet, and we're all joining hands. And hope is springing forth. I know that to be true. Spring, as we know, is one of those times and in nature where everything starts to bloom and the sun shines more, and there's no more long dark days and cold and snow and all of those different things. And we always feel lighter and brighter when spring comes because it's a little warmer too, and the flowers are blooming, the aroma in the air is great. And I know during this pandemic many of us have been sheltering at home and want to get out, and that's why there's a lot of uprisings. People want out. They want to smell the roses. They want to get out and feel the warmth in their shoulders. Yes, there is the pandemic on, and yes, they don't want to be sick, but we as humans want to get out. And I was thankful that in Bermuda they lifted some of the restrictions of the sheltering at home, and I was able to go out an hour and a half walk. I didn't plan on it, but I just kept walking. It was so great to be on trails and just smell and feel the sunshine on my soul. And yes, I took my precautions. I kept the distance and had my face mask if anybody came by that I pulled up. But that's what hope is all about. And this scenario of hope spring reminds me of the coming into light, which is talked about in the Bible a lot. And Jesus said in John 12:46, I have come as light into the world so that everyone who believes in me should not remain in darkness. We won't remain in darkness. Yes, all of these things are going on, and it feels dark and depressing and frustrating, but we will get through that to the other side. There are developments taking places. They might not find a vaccine for a while, but they're finding things that are shortening the lifespan of the virus and helping people. And we're all understanding what we need to do to get through this. So let's all bind together and let our light shine and care about one another, for this too shall pass. as it said in the song, and as we know, at some point in our lives, and many points I'm sure, we have gone through dark periods, just like the winter months, just like this pandemic. But those dark periods have prepared us for the spring, or for the light to come forth from us. For as we gone through it and we journey through whatever it would have had to go through, and as we journey through this pandemic, we're moving in the right direction. We're learning and we're growing, and we're using our Christ power to create the new kingdom within our soul and around us, one step at a time. And that step will continue as we grow and understand that the kingdom is at hand. And it's always at hand. Everywhere present God is. And it's truer now than, I believe, ever before, because you will find there are more people praying. There are more people stopping and giving hope to other people, visually and unconsciously. There is more hopeful words on the TV and in commercials, and we're thanking God, and we're praising the doctors, and we're thankful for testing positive, for being safe in our world, and we're praying for all of those people in need of our prayers. For we, as we learn, as hope spring forth, are the true light of the world. God is that light that springs forth in us, and we claim that as our true light, and we feel the joy of discovering that divine energy, that Christ power that has always been within us. Jesus too had challenges during his time, and he used many images in his attempts to get across the idea of what he was speaking, the ideas he had within him, so that we could understand him more clearly. And the image he used mostly was that one of light. And he wanted his listeners back then and us now, today, to recognize that light that is our true expression. The Bible verses that speak of this are John 8:12. It says, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." Very similar to the one I read before. The other one is from Matthew 5:14. "You are the light of the world." I want us all to claim this. You are the light of the world. Say it to yourself. I am the light of the world. And the other verse was from John 1:15. "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it." That picture I have there is a light dawning over a field of flowers. The darkness did not overcome it, because the light always shines forth. Many other writers, from Paul to Revelations, use that same image of light as they describe what they learned from the teachings of Jesus in the Bible. But I want you to listen closely to what I'm saying next. It says, "The light which is described is not the opposite of darkness. It is the light that has no darkness. It is the light we truly are, shining as new possibilities and new choices." That's what you are. You are that light. It is a light with no darkness. Believe that, because we always rise. Furthermore, it's not that in the light we are free from all that is happening in our world right now, but rather is that we now know the light we are. So our choices become surer and clearer and filled with hope and with faith. Hope springs. We are the Christ, and in that truth our kingdom lies, waiting to be expressed. So allow it to be expressed as the light shines forth from each and every one of us. This title actually came to me as I listened to Oprah and Deepak's meditation series entitled Hope in Uncertain Times. I listened to it as I walk my dog in the quiet of the morning, because they bring me great inner peace and hope from the words that are shared in the soothing music. I'm a walking meditator. And the one that stood out for me, and I've got a few I'm going to share with you that came to mind. And the one that really stood out for me, it says, "Hope tells me anything can be transformed." I'll say it again. Hope tells me anything can be transformed. This was the morning after I had ingested, I'm going to say, in a bad indigestion of too much news about the pandemic. I was working and I kept looking at headlines on Facebook or headlines on the news feeds and reading them. And I don't listen to the news, but I kept reading these headlines, and it brought me to a low period, and I felt very rested and frustrated. And we tend to do that when we're home a lot, not distracted as much as if we were in a workplace. And so when it said hope tells me anything can be transformed, I knew I can transform my mind to a better place with hope. Our revealing word by Charles Fillmore says, hope is the expectation of good in the future. It is a quality, good as far as it goes, of sense mind because it is a subject of time. However, faith, which we always tie hope and faith together, faith is a certain knowledge that our good is ours right now. It is of God. It goes beyond time and space. So to transform my mind and our minds, we have to live with faith and hope and know and remember all the time with God, all things are possible. So I transformed my thoughts from frustration and despair to hope and faith. Another one was affirmations, my future unfolds with hope and joy. So as I transform, I could see a better future. And yes, the future always becomes now, as I said last week. But I can see a better light. I can see the light shining in my soul with joy. Another affirmation it says is, I see the hopeful inner child in everyone. That one reminded me of all the new commercials that you're seeing of parents home with their children and trying to work with their children. And the one I always laugh at is the father that rolled the rug in the living room, and he's probably never done that before. And the children ran through it like a toddler, and they were all laughing and have a good time. And I'm sure they have never spent that much time in their house, and the wife has probably never allowed them to roll that rug up before, and the children to do it, because we always sent them outside or had them involved in something else. So I see the hopeful inner child in everyone. Parents, adults, children, everyone has that hopeful inner child. We have become like children to have hope, and we're dancing together and spending more time together. The next one is I bond with others to give them hope. There are so many more commercials about hope that are spread out over the internet. We are virtually hugging everyone. We are speaking to others to remind them that this will pass, and that the workers are continuing to work, and the numbers are coming down and rising. There is an up and down of tally and what was going on, but the hope is in the air. And we know that we will get through it, that we continue to do what we're meant to do. Wear the mask. Keep the distance, do what we need to do, and we will get through it, and hope will spring forth. The next one, I bring hope into this present moment. Just like last week, I talked about the future and the past. In this present moment, if we speak on hope right now, our light will shine, and there is abundance of hope and faith to keep us moving forward, one step at a time always. And the last one, and hold on to this one, it says, my hope is grounded in a deeper reality. Breathe, because it's the truth, and it's what I'm talking about now. That deeper reality, that light, as I said in John 8:12, I am the light of the world. We are the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. We will have the light of light. That is our deeper reality. That is our truth. Claim it and know it. That is our truth. And it leads into our daily word, which always ties in. And this one was titled World Peace. And I would say it's world hope, world faith, world peace. And the affirmation says, I contribute to peace in the world. And I'm going to say, I contribute to peace, hope, and faith in the world. And we'll affirm that today. And the reading says, when I learn of conflict in my community or in the world, my response may be frustration, sadness, or anger. If I have those feelings, I remember that I am more than merely human. I am a living expression of God. And I will add, I am the light of God. We are heir to all that God is. And we use these divine faculties of wisdom, understanding, and love to create the abiding peace and hope and love and light that is our birthright. And centered in this divine light, peace, hope, and faith, we realize that every person is as much an expression of God as we are or as I am. And as our differences dissolve in a way that transcends human understanding, we come to know oneness with all of God's people. Oneness. And we let this realization shape all of our responses to every person in every situation. And in our awareness of this oneness, one mind, one God, one people, our thoughts and our words and our actions will contribute to the light, the peace, and the hope in this world right now and always. And it concludes with John 17:22. The glory that you have given me, I have given them, so that they may be one as we are one. They may be one as we are one. And we're going to take these thoughts as we go into our meditation and breathe in the knowledge that we are the light of the world. So take a breath in. Breathe deeply as we allow the relaxing ambience of this music fill our souls. Let the dark clouds dissipate and move into the light of your soul. Breathe in and out. Eternal hope that soothes your soul right now. For with faith, all is possible. Breathe. As we continue to breathe in and out, remember your truth. You are the light of the world. As we breathe in and out and come to a close to our service beyond the walls, and we share this closing affirmation. I bloom into the fullest expression of my divine nature as hope springs forth through me and in me. Breathe in and out. Allow hope to spring forth through you every moment of your days going forward. As we slowly begin to open our eyes and come back to this present moment, we put our hands together and we say namaste until we meet again. God bless you all.